Good morning. It is a nice crisp 16 degrees out this morning.
Crisp.
Crisp is right. That sun is out. The sun feels good. So in the last video, we were working on this part of the barn, which we're going to divide this area up. That's where Cookie will be at night. This main area will be for Azalea. Then we got to do another divider for the goats and the sheep for now. We built our pocket gates so they can slide out halfway and they stop. And then we got one from the other side. It'll slide out halfway and stop. So I am excited with how it is coming out. It's looking good. So now we need to continue on working on, we'll work on Cookie's part first. We gotta do a little bit more tinning over here, and then I got the divider. And I figured out the way we are going to connect them to the wall. So I got you something while I was out at the store the other night. I got you some hand warmers because I know your fingers get cold.
Oh, thank you. I love it. I can't film with some gloves on or mittens, so my hands are always exposed. So if I can stick my hands in my pocket a little bit and get them warmed up, that will be good.
It's been so long since I've used these. I haven't had these since I was a kid. So it says shake, open package, just prior to use, shake to activate. Warmer heats up in 15 to 30 minutes. Takes 15 to 30 minutes to heat these up. We'll have to bring them in the house. We can heat them up before we go out. Cut one more. I picked it up off the ground about ½ an inch because it's not pressure treated. It's kind of crazy. Just the other day it was 40 degrees, rainy, and we had 50-mile-per-hour winds, and here it is today, 16 degrees. The weather just can't make its mind up.
Sunny.
Sunny. It is. All right, so now I can use this as my spacer to make a strong back on the wall, so that way I can't push in and out above the gate. All right, that'll secure and keep this wall from flexing right here. All right, so I gotta put a piece of J-channel here, but we don't have enough to finish everything, and this piece right here isn't that important. So when we get more J-channel, I'll put the piece of J-channel in and I'll screw it all in from this side to attach it. But I want to save the J-channel that we do have for over there. So let me get this attached, and then we can figure out the first gate installation. All right, so let's get this roof material out, and then we will get the gate over here. Because if we don't get the roof material out now, we'll be stuck in there forever.
Ever.
I think we're going to be playing musical metal for a while, but moving it back and forth, but that's all right. At least it's on a dolly. We're going to have to get a count of how many sheets we have left after we finish these walls, and then figure out what we're going to need for the coop, and make sure we order it if we're going to need any more. But we still have a good pile left. So we are 115 inches and 3/4. $115 and 3/4. All right, so now I need to get an overall length so we can figure out how we need to cut our brackets. So 12 feet and a half. So I think what we're gonna do is we'll get a measurement, but that should make it so we're gonna cut this end off completely flush with the pipe. We're gonna have to drill these, and so we can bolt that end on. This side we'll have to cut this off. I wanna squish these, and we're gonna use this bracket up against the outside of the wall, screwed on. We'll drill these out, and that's how we'll attach it on this end. All right, go in that way. Come back, that rib right there.
This one?
Yep, just go into the inside of it. Yep. That should basically be it like that. We're gonna have to slide it out and lay it down so I can heat this up and straighten these out. All right, hold that like that. Keep some heat on it while I try to bend it. All right, switch sides. Come over that side. Being so cold and windy, I just know it's gonna cool off quickly if I have you. Okay.
What do you do with it?
Keep the heat on it. See if I can straighten it out at all. It's not too bad. Okay. Next. So I've changed the way we're gonna attach this. I had to cut the straps. We're gonna use the straps straight out, set the gate a little bit further in, and then I'll drill those straps and I'll bolt that to the 2x4s. And I need to heat that up to get them to bend. Otherwise, it's not going to bend. It's going to rip the welds that are on there. I was using MAP gas. I ran out of MAP gas. I thought I had more. I don't. All I have is propane. So we're going to try this. I don't think this is going to get it hot enough, but we're going to try it before we take a ride out to the hardware store to get some more MAP gas. I don't have acetylene torches. I just usually use MAP gas. And I used quite a bit of the MAP gas up when we were shishiki bonding. So that's probably where it all went. Yeah, that propane is not getting hot enough in this cold wind to even melt that paint. That's been on there for at least 60 seconds, and it's not even burning the paint off. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to run out. I need a few more things anyways, because I think they're gonna work. So we'll pick those up while we're out. I'm gonna get quite a few cans of MAP gas, and then we'll have more than enough. Come back, and we can continue working on this and getting this attached. All right, we gotta run out, get some MAP gas, and I gotta get some T-nuts and some bolts while we're out there, because now that I know 100% of the way we're gonna secure these gates to the barn walls, we can get everything that we need. We're just gonna have to run around and make sure we can get enough. They had a good amount of what I needed. I got my MAP gas, gotta go pick up a few more things. I think Tractor Supply has them now. Luckily, our little town has Lowe's, Home Depot, Tractor Supply, and a few other places, because it seems like nowadays, most places only stock a handful of little parts and pieces. So I'm having to run all over the place. So let's see, Tractor Supply hopefully has the last few that we need. I want to thank Mary Roofs for sponsoring today's video. We've been using Mary Roofs products for quite a few years now. So when they came to us and asked us about sponsoring some videos, I was like, yes, let's do this, because we've been using their products for so long. They work great. This time of the year, one of their supplements that I am taking is their organic elderberry liquid drops. These taste delicious. These ones right here are blueberry and raspberry flavored. For my age, I take 15. This right here helps support my immunity. So when we're working out in the cold and we have less sunlight right now, this really helps support my immunity, and I look forward to it. And I don't know about you, but for me, now that I'm getting older, I find sleeping is not that easy all the time, or falling to sleep and sleeping good. So I started taking Mary Roofs Liquid Nighttime Multi-Mineral, and this stuff tastes delicious, helps me sleep good, and one of the other better parts is it helps remineralize my body while I am sleeping. I never knew too much about minerals and how they affect your body until we got goats. And when you get goats and some livestock, but especially goats for some reason, it seems like they need a lot of different minerals to keep them healthy. And that really opened my eyes to it, because when goats don't have the right minerals, you'll see like their hair and their coat change color and just so many different things. So when I've started using the remineralizer stuff, it's helped with ringing in my ears, it's helped with back pain, it's helped me fall asleep good, it's helped me stay sleeping. And I'm not saying this is gonna happen for you, but these are just the things that I've noticed for me. Everybody's body is different, just like goats. When we give our goats copper, some goats we can see changes in their fur, like the fur color, because the blacks will get darker and this and that. So it's the same thing with humans. Just because it does one thing for me doesn't mean it's gonna do it for you. We've been using Mary Roofs products for years, and I've never been disappointed. They always work the way they say they're going to. They taste delicious. Mary Roofs makes vegan, non-GMO, and a lot of them are certified organic supplements that are good for the whole family, even kids. This elderberry one right here tastes delicious. They make gummies, they make vitamins, all sorts of different supplements. Right now, all Mary Ruth products are 20% off on Amazon, but from January 22nd to January 23rd, if you click my link down below and use promo code MRO Lumnah, you can get an additional 20% off on all Mary Ruth's products on Amazon. So click the link down below and check out what Mary Ruth's have for products if you're looking for anything, and get an additional 20% off. So it's gonna be 40% off on any Mary Ruth products on Amazon by clicking the link down below. Thanks Mary Ruth for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the build. All right, I was able to get what I could get at Home Depot and not that much at Tractor Supply. What I like to do is I do a lot of my shopping online before and I check inventory. Home Depot's inventory was off, said I think they had 7 packs. I think I only got 2. It said that Tractor Supply had 10 of them, Tractor Supply had 1. I don't know, I found it really bad with Tractor Supply having their inventory off. We live a decent amount away from the places, so I try to check everybody's online inventory. And when it's off, it frustrates me because I'll go online, I'll check all their inventory, make sure that every place has it so I'm not just running around wasting my time. And then they don't have it anyways. So I got what I could get, and hopefully it is enough to get both of them up, but it's enough to get one up, and then we can go from there. So I got the map gas. Let's get this gate fixed so we can get it up and in place. Whew, that wind is chilly, taking my breath away. And then we'll continue on. All right, I am a little bit more out of the wind, so maybe this will help a little bit because it is windy and cold. So let's see. All right, I'd say that's pretty good. All right, now we gotta do this without burning ourselves. I almost touched that. I would have cried. All right, so I want to drill this out, and I want to put in a 5/16 T-nut, put it in from the back side. Get me T-nut in back there. Trying to set that T-nut in place because I can't hit it with a hammer because I can't get back there. I think that did it. So the reason why I did the T-nut from inside is that way if anything is pulling on it, they have to pull that T-nut through some 2x4s, or if I would have put the T-nut on the outside and just banged it through, all I would have had to do is push the T-nut out of the 2x4. So it's a little bit more work doing it this way, but it's gonna make it stronger in the long run. So let's get one done over there, and then we'll see how this all goes. This is the one thing with building custom. There's a lot of putting together and taking apart, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run. So I'm gonna take some of these screws out. Yes, it would be a lot easier just to drill a hole and then lag bolt into our lumber. But the reason I don't wanna do that is I wanna make this panel easy to get on and off. So right now, it's gonna take me a lot more time figuring it all out, but in the future, we can just undo our bolts, take it out, clean it out, put it back in, and just bolt it, where if we're doing that quite a bit, say 2 times a year for the rest of our lives, flag bolts are just going to chew up all that lumber. So by putting in these nut certs, we can take our bolts in and out. It just takes more time right now. So I'm using these 𝐸𝑚𝑎𝑖𝑙 T-nuts. They look like that, and then they have the spike, so that's going to grab on the inside like this, and then the bolt's going to go through just like this and squish it and sandwich it so it can't pull out. I don't know if I can get my clamp in there. I can't. So let me do this. I hate to say it, but I did not get long enough bolts. Unfortunately, this is where I need to stop for the moment, not for the video. I gotta take off and go do my podcast with Jason from Solar Land and Ben from Modern Homestead. And I always look forward to doing that every week, and tonight is the night. So I'm gonna go run out. I'll see you guys in a second. And just like that, we're back. The podcast last night went great. Thanks for asking. The name of the podcast is Homestead Shop Talk. It's on YouTube, and it's on all of the podcast platforms out there. And I also ran out and picked up some more bolts. I was not happy with the lengths I got because I kind of changed it up a little bit. So I need to get longer bolts. So let's get one of these bolts installed in this corner, and then we can get the rest of this set up. And yeah, I am excited about that. I think it's seriously time to invest in a bolt bin collection, because I can't even tell you how many times just on this project alone I've had to go out and get new bolts. It's too many to tell you. And then just in general, how often we're looking for bolts, different lengths, different sizes. So I think that's something that we're going to invest in shortly, because it'll be a huge money saver in the long run, because I won't be buying bolts that I don't need to use at the moment. And I won't be wasting my time running around. That takes a lot of time and gas. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna be looking into. Let's get this tightened up. It's 8 degrees out this morning. This metal, it's pretty chilly. I will say that. Okay, so I'm liking that. That looks good. Before we decide where we're putting holes in, let's make sure it's nice and level. It is perfect right there, so I like that. That sun is trying to come out, but I don't know how much of it's going to come out today, because we're supposed to be getting 4 to 6 inches of snow, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of day it turns into. Bam, I like that. All right, so I'm going to go 1 and then 2, so we'll have 3 there. And then we'll do that side. And the reason why I want to put so many bolts in is if we have an animal on the inside pushing out, I want to make sure it's secured well and that it's not going to go anywhere. Same thing over there. All right. Let's go over to our straps. Okay. Bam. So I got to put it in from the back side. Hold it. Tighten it up. My threads aren't long enough to tighten it up and suck it in. So what I did on the last one was, come on. Why don't you want to go? There we go. Get it started and threaded as far as it'll thread. And I'll take my hammer and sink those teeth in this way. There we go. So now I can take the bolt out, and that T-nut is sunk in there. I had to take down my piece of tin again because one of my T-nuts got jammed up in there. So we're gonna leave it off till we have all these T-nuts installed. That, like that. We just got two that we'll have to do later on when we get more T-nuts. Now, let's go to the other side. There we go. That one is up. Gate should work perfectly. Yep. I like that. Bam. Perfect. So what do you think?
I think it looks really good. I wasn't sure at first because I wasn't really sure what your vision was for this.
Yep.
But I like it. And I know what some people are probably thinking, that like the goats and sheep could get underneath that. We have something to figure it out on the other side for that. So.
Right. This is for a calf. This is Cookie's side, so we don't got to worry about him getting out underneath that. So that's perfect for him, our bigger livestock. And then for the goats and the sheep, we have an idea to fix that up so they can't get out either. I've been seeing comments, people wanting us to hurry up, finish up, get this done. The cow area, I kind of want this area done before we do anything else. We can get the cows in here. The cows have a nice barn, so the cows or any animals aren't coming in here until the barn is completely finished. We want to make sure that everything is done and we're not working around everything. This barn is more for our convenience. The cows and the goats, they have barns that's more than enough for what they need for weather. Most livestock only need a place to get in and out of the wind and out of the rain, and they have that, and they can go inside and they can sleep, and then we let them out at night. The animals aren't going to be living in here 24/7. We want our animals outdoors. It's better for them, it's better for their meat, it's better for their milk, it's better for everybody all the way around. So the animals won't be coming in here until it's all done, because if we let some of the animals in before it's done, we're going to be working around everything. It's just going to be more of a pain. So all of it's going to be finished, and then we'll let the animals come in. I really like how you can open this and leave it like this direction. So then if your animal's coming in, you can kind of get them to shoot in. Or when you're going to load an animal up in a trailer, if you have them in here, you could open this and have a cattle panel or another piece of gate from here to here, back your trailer up, and then just get them right in. And it's going to be the same thing for that side. So I like it. Well, the snow is coming down pretty good, but I need to do an oil change on our generator. It says it's time for an oil change, and this is the time of the year when we use the generator quite a bit, so I don't want to slack on maintenance. So I got it running. By the time we get up there, it'll be running long enough so the oil is nice and warm, and then we can drain that and get some new lifeblood in it and go from there. I also ordered oil and filter kit for the side-by-side because that's due too. All right, I gotta get this thing shut off, change the oil. It should be warm enough now. There we go. Oil change on the generator is all set. We're good for another 250 hours. Glad I got that done. We're gonna have to do some plowing in a little bit.